All right, in order to save some time, I'm not going to bother setting up the project. You should probably know how to do that by now. If you need review, you can probably just go and look on the beginning of the walk tutorial or other video tutorials. So we're just going to go right into the run. First thing I actually got to do, because I didn't do that yet, is actually reference in the moon rig again. Okay, so this is actually going to be a tutorial for the run cycle. Okay, ignore that. All right. So for the run cycle, I'm going to have it be 15 frames. Okay, so like that. Because basically I have a keyframe at 1, 1 at 8, and 1 at 15. Okay. That way there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there'll be 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 at 7. Okay, or at 15. Okay, so that way we'll have a nice even thing. All right, so this one I'm going to approach slightly different than the walk cycle. What we're going to do is actually going to do the whole poses and do a pose-to-pose method as opposed to like the layering method, okay? So first thing first I'm going to do is get this kind of down a little bit, all right, in a more medium way, and then I'm also going to rotate the body forward. The actual stature, I should go a little bit less than that because, let's see, does this move? It does not. I'm going to see if I can... We're going to pull that forward and pull this one forward, more like that. And then I'll take this and roll this back a little bit. But the body should be in a more diagonal position going this way because you're trying to create momentum, so you're pushing yourself forward, and in order to gain speed, you would have to do that. So we're going to go ahead and arch that first. And I'm going to go ahead and actually rotate these arms down as well. And I'm just going to fix these hands too. So I'm going to grab both of these. I'm going to go over to where it says curl. Again, I'm just going to middle mouse button, click and drag, and that will make the hands curl. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that because your hands will be usually much more clenched. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to go to here, and this leg, we'll do this one. Okay, I'm going to this one be forward until just before it snaps, and I'm going to rotate it up, and we're going to go forward a little bit more. Good. And I'm going to hit S to key that. I'm going to take this one, and this one's going to be in the back. So this is the contact pose that we're doing here. All right, and we're going to have it be like that, and pull it up and over. All right, and we'll hit S to key that. Okay. And then we're going to take this arm, I'm going to move that back, okay, and I'm going to hit S to key that. A couple of things real quick. I got to take these. I actually keyed them on 15, which is fine. That's where they got to go anyway. And I'm just going to middle mouse button drag to frame 1 and key them there. That way it's on both. Okay. So we took this, and I'm just going to go ahead and copy it there. Okay, so I'm at 1. So bend it back, and we're going to take the elbow and bend that forward like this. Maybe a little less, like that. And I'm going to take this back a little bit more. Okay, and key that. That's going to be back. And then we're going to take this one and pull this one forward. Key it. Take this, and it's going to be a bit more arched. Okay, and we'll key that as well. Okay. And I'm actually going to grab, so I'm going to hold shift. I'm at Q so I don't get the handle. I'm going to hold shift, click this one and this one and this one and this one. So I have the elbows and the shoulders. And then middle mouse button, click and drag, and key it on 15. Just so that's all keyed. And that should be good. All right. I'm also going to key this here and also at 15. All right, now we're going to go to 8, which is the halfway mark. I'm going to go ahead and key this here. And we're going to put these arms, actually we'll do the legs first. I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to bring him back up here. He's going to now be in the back position. All right, like so. All right, and then we'll take this one, and I'm going to pull this guy down. I'm just going to go ahead and zero out this, and we will change this rotation this way. All right, and I'm just going to kind of pull it forward to right there. All right, and then I'm just going to take these arms, and I'm going to do the opposites. Have this one go back. All right, and have the elbow relax slightly. I'm going to take this one and go forward. Okay, and have the elbow flex. Okay, and then you'll see we have this going on. all right, which is at its core basically what we want. It already kind of looks like a run, even though it doesn't make sense. Okay, and that looks okay. We might make some adjustments afterwards, but for the beginning, that's all right. All right, so now let's go ahead and do the passing position. So that would basically be 4, right? So the passing position is more or less going to be, let's see, so this foot, okay. So this right here needs to be 0. It's got to be flat. And this is also got to be flat, okay? That way it will run backwards, okay. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm also going to take this and move this forward a little bit more. Like there, we're going to say. All right, and I'm going to take my elbow here, and which arm's coming forward? That one, right? Yep. So I'm gonna take this one and have that drag, so that way it kind of is dragging, and then it'll swing up. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about the up and down right now because that will be done with the up and down position. So I'm not gonna do the hips right this moment. Okay. Now let's go on the other side. So that would be right. Let's see. Let me see. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right at 11. Okay, so we're going to do kind of the same thing here. Take this, not there, sorry. 0 this down, so on the ground. Take the rotation, 0 that out. Good. I'm going to take this guy and just move him a little more forward. Good. All right, then we're going to take the elbow here, and I'm going to key it so it drags. I'm going to take this one and actually have it go up a little bit. I should have done that here too, actually. So I'm going to grab this one, and that way as it comes down from here, it's going to, a little bit more, it'll kind of drag a little. There we go. And that should look a little bit better. There you go. Good. Okay. And that's looking moderately adequate. Okay. So now let's go ahead and do the up and down position. Okay, so this can kind of vary, but we're going to put the low position right at right after he lands here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go down. Okay, so it's boom, and then I'm going to go ahead and drag to 9, and just on the translate Y here, I'm going to go ahead and key selected. Okay, so that way. So it goes boom, boom. Now I also got to do the high position, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and that would be, let's see, 4 is there, so the high I think comes just after this. So I'm just going to go up, and we'll say to the here, and a middle mouse button, click and drag to, let's see, if that's at 5, it'd be right after, so here. And again, I'm just going to right click and key only on translate Y. All right, so now we got our up and down. It's getting closer. Okay, so part of that down, what I want to have happen is actually I want this to come down and flatten out. Okay, that way he hits it, and that way when he's going back, it slides. Okay, I'm gonna do that over here on this side as well. I'm gonna grab this one, and on this one's down position, I'm gonna go ahead and 0 this out. So it lands, snap, bam, okay? You can see that makes it look a ton better now that his feet actually come down. Okay. Now, what I want to do on this up position here is, so that's on 5, is, it's not kind of weird. I want to 0, oops, not this one, sorry. Thought it was on the other one, this one. I want to 0 this out, okay? And I actually want to 0 out the translate Y, so he's still on the ground. And then what I'm going to do instead is use this ball. Okay. So it's going to go like that. I don't know if I'm like happy with that or not. I think I'm going to change my mind on that. Okay, so, all right. I'm going to go instead to, we're going to say 6. I'm going to go ahead and 0 this out, 0 out the rotation, take the ball here, and then I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to 0 out ball so that it stays at 4, and then from 4 to 6 is when it rolls, and then at 8 I'm going to 0 out again. So basically from 4 it's 0, then it ball rolls, and then at 8 it will come back. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Alright, so I'm going to have it go, let's see, okay, what do I do here? So 6, okay, so, oh, I already did to that one, sorry, I was trying to do this one, okay. Alright, so here, I'm just going to 0 this out, not this one, sorry, the one above. I'm going to 0 out the translate Y, 0 out the rotation, and take the ball and roll that up, okay? And then here, oh, I already have it going to 0, which is good, so then I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to 0 this out here. So from 11 to 13, it'll roll, and then he'll go up, okay? Which is looking okay. Now the one thing I'm noticing is that this leg, because of that ball roll, here, can actually go farther back. I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit farther. Push that back a little. Alright, and then same thing here. I can take this one, I can push this one a little bit farther back. Okay. Alright. Looking a bit better. Okay. So now what I'll do is just kind of get into the nitty gritties here. Another thing I can do just to kind of help this is these wrists. I'm going to go ahead and just key it here. And it should, we'll say at 4, I'm going to have it kind of angle back so it's dragging. Okay. And then I'm going to have it right here start to come back this way. So it's dragging like that, and we'll just 0 it out here. So it should, it's subtle, but it helps a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and key it, and then at 4, I'm gonna drag it, and then at 12 here, we go the other way. Okay. So it's just coming down, it drags, and then I'm going to 0 it back out here. Okay? And you'll just see like it helps the wrist kind of snap when they're running. Okay. Alright. So, some more stuff I can do actually is this with the waist here. I'm going to use this one actually, the hips override. I'm going to go ahead and key this going with it, so we'll say 20. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and just key that, key selected, go to 8, type in -20. All right, and 15, do 20 again. Boom. All right. So now it's just going back and forth with the legs. And then we're going to do at the passing position. We're going to bend it this way a little bit. So we'll just say -8. And I'm going to key select it so it does it there. I'm going to go here and type in 0. And at the end and type in 0. And then I'm going to go to the middle position here at 11 and type in 8 so that it's going in the opposite direction. So that way it's going back and forth. Good. Okay. I'm actually going to take this position too and just kind of help it because I want it to really be kind of floating. Like that. I'm going to bend this a little bit too. And I'm going to kind of bend this one a little. Because I just want it to be in the air a little bit more. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to kind of take this, pull this up a little bit, bend it a little bit. This is just before the contact. Just feel like it needs a little something to kind of give it a little more air. Okay. All right. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Okay. All right. The other thing that needs to happen is, let me just double check, make sure it's this twist. Oh, that twists the whole body. We'll just use just this one. Okay. So actually we'll grab all of them. So I'm going to grab all of these, okay, and I'm going to rotate them back and forth to do his arms twisting, or to his torso twisting with his body, right? So when it's this way, it should twist with his body. So we'll say -9, and I'm going to go ahead and key selected, go to 8, type in 9, and go to the other one here and type in -9 again, okay? Okay. And that is close enough. You could do more to it, but I think that kind of gets the idea across. So yeah, there's a run cycle.